and welcome to the pragmatic space of you versus the social worker, a space where we discuss interesting societal issues in relation to our profession as social workers. My name is Annie McCarthy Badagbo, and I am going to be your host for today's episode. Today we are discussing an issue that every social worker along practice will definitely come in contact with, and that is dealing with anxious clients. Joining me for today's discussion are 4 students from the Department of Sociology and Social Work in the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. To my immediate right, I have Miss Ayepa Elsie, and right to her side we have Mr. Yao Adankwa. Also to her side we have Miss Judith Osei. I hope I got it right. And then to my extreme opposite, I have Mr. Kese Isaiah. So today we'll be delving into the issue of anxious clients, how society treats them or views them, and how we as social workers treat them differently. Also, we'll explore better ways that we as a society would be able to help and support these clients. Let's dive straight into it. Miss Ayepa, let me come to you. How or what is your take, what's your general take, on the issue of anxiousness or anxious clients?
Thank you. First of all, start with the explanation of what anxiety is.
Okay.
Anxiety is the fear or panic about the future, and what causes anxiety are genetic factors and life events. Also, some signs that we see in anxious clients are sweating, headache, and excessive heartbeat. And 2 types of anxiety are general disorder and social disorder. The general disorder deals or is about people or anxious people who are always have fear or worry about something every day in their day activities.
So it's a constant panic. Okay.
And also the social disorder, that one, for example, when students are in class and their lecturer asks them to answer a question, and this fear or panic comes in.
Is that what we call antisocial?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. Let me come to you, Mr. Yao Adankwa. How do you think, as a country, we have spoken? Or let me reframe. Do you think the issue of anxiety or anxiousness have been spoken about enough, or have been given much attention in our society and country at large? Do you think so?
Thank you, Ms. Annie. These are some fundamental questions that as a country we have to be much aware about. And as a country, I wouldn't say we're 100%, but looking at the progress we've made so far, I think we are getting along on the way. I remember in 2012, the government of Ghana passed a law which sought to integrate mental health, because this anxiety has to do with mental health on the broader scope. So the government of Ghana in 2012 passed a law that sought to integrate mental health in the general health delivery. We also have some NGOs like Basic Needs Ghana, who largely secure funds from the UK aid and the European Union, that they channel these resources into these ventures that really needs support.
Okay. So as a country, would you say we have given it stringent attention, or what would you say about that?
I'll say briefly that with the improvements we've made so far, we are getting along, and soon we will make or chop higher successes.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. We are getting along. We are hoping to chop higher successes, actually. Let me come to you, Ms. Juliet. How do you deal with the issue of an anxious client? When an anxious client comes to you, how do you deal with them?
Okay. As a social worker, when you are dealing with an anxious client, first of all, you need to know about the client to be able to provide a safe and a supportive environment that can be a crucial for a successful therapy.
Okay.
And I think you need to know whether the client has an experience before. If the answer is yes, how did he or she uses the coping strategies?
Okay. So how they've overcome this before, and then you can now help them using that same strategy. Okay. Talking about social life, let me come to you, Mr. Isaiah. How do you think? What is your opinion, and then how do you think the social life of the client affects? Like, how is the social life important?
Okay. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Sorry. Then I think, as a social worker, as a professional social worker, we may encounter a client who will be experiencing anxiety based on some reasons, like maybe being abused,
Okay.
going through trauma, and a whole lot. So I think the first strategy or the first approach that a professional social worker must adapt is being empathetic.
Okay.
That is where you put yourself in the person's shoe
Okay.
to let that person feel like maybe understood,
Okay.
right? The situation that he or she is going through. So based on that, when you do that, it will let the client feel like being in a conducive environment, right?
Okay.
To feel like home.
Okay.
Or that the person can build a therapeutic relationship with you.
Do you also give clients coping mechanisms? How do you help them? Do you help them with coping mechanisms too?
The coping mechanism, yes, we give them coping mechanism.
Okay.
So like advising them about exercising, that is physical exercise,
Okay.
right? Maybe be involving yourself in sports, and let's say if the person is a student, maybe must involve he or she or herself in social gatherings and other stuff.
Oh, okay. And I think relaxation skills also help, and meditation.
Yeah,
right.
right,
I mean,
right.
I've read a little about that. That relaxation and then meditation also helps. Okay, so let me come to you finally, Mr. Yao Adankwa again. Can you suggest to us how, or what will be your advice to the broader society? How do we take this issue more seriously, or how can we help the issue of anxiety and in the long run mental health? Yes.
Sure. Thank you, Ms. Ali. The issue of mental health and anxiety at large is a more serious thing.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes there are resources and useful ventures that are ready to help. It seems most of the Ghanaian society are not much aware of these agencies.
Okay.
So I think social workers should do much to engage society and announce these agencies to them, so that even if they see people who are going through this form of anxiety, they'll be able to know where they can channel their grievances to.
Okay, so yes, I think you social workers should really come out a lot, because we don't really see you. Seriously, we've heard social work, and we don't really see you. So actually, yes, please come. We want to see you and then hear more of you. We have quickly come to the end of such a very interesting discussion. So we have had a very insightful discussion, and then I thank you, my beautiful panelists, because you've done a very great job for sharing your insights. Now to you, our most loved, most beloved listener. Please comment if you have ever been in an anxious space before, if you've ever experienced anxiety. Please do well to comment your experiences. Did you visit a social worker, or how did you go about it? Comment your experiences in the comment section. If you're a practicing social worker and you would like to comment or give us any form of information, please comment that in the comment section. Sorry. Until then, we want to say a very big thank you to you for listening, sitting by and listening. If you found today's discussion very interesting and intriguing, please do well to like and comment our video. Also comment other topics you want us to discuss, and we will proudly do so for you.